handout picture taken on December 14, 2017 and released on December 15, 2017 by France Bleu shows rescue workers at the site of an accident after a train crashed into the school bus at a level crossing in Milaz, near Perpignan, southern France. The death toll from the crash between a school bus and a train in southern France rose to 6 on December 15 as two 11-year-old girls succumbed to their injuries, a police source said. 4 teenagers had died on December 14 in the accident at a level crossing in Milaz, a village near the city of Perpignan. 18 others were injured, 14 of them children. Matthew Ferrier. Getty Images. Also 100 firefighters battle a condo blaze and pilot flies a route that looks just like a Christmas tree. An investigation is underway to determine the cause of a fire that destroyed a nearly completed condo building in Montreal's East End. The condo building itself was empty, but the fire was so hot that windows in neighboring apartments on Bossuet Street began to break. More than 50 residents were evacuated on Thursday afternoon, along with children at an adjacent daycare center. Propane tanks on the site were on fire when firefighters arrived on the scene, but Montreal Fire Department Chief of Operations, Sylvain Legros, could not say whether they caused the fire. The fact the building did not yet have interior walls allowed the fire to spread quickly. More than 100 firefighters responded to the 4-alarm blaze. A 53-year-old driver has died after being hit by a large truck in Pointe-aux-Trembles. The accident occurred around 1:45 p.m. Thursday, as the truck, heading west on Sherbrooke Street, made a left turn and hit the man in his car as he was traveling east on Sherbrooke. The 24-year-old truck driver was uninjured, but the car driver, who was brought to hospital in critical condition, later succumbed to his injuries. Montreal police said the investigation has now been closed, but would not say which driver, if any, was at fault. 6 children, aged 11 to 13, have died after a regional train sliced open a school bus in southern France. The bus was carrying students from the Christian Berquin school in the village of Milaz, near Perpignan in southern France. The school opened its doors Friday to offer counseling for grieving students and families. Investigators were still working to determine the cause of the crash. Philippe Vien, the Pyrénées-Orientales chief, said he could not say whether the railway barriers meant to stop vehicles from driving onto the tracks when a train is coming were open or closed. There are contradictory rumors, he said. We need to be very careful. Vien told reporters overnight that investigators would look into reports that the batteries in the automatic train gate system had been stolen. Look out, Rudolph and Company, you've got competition from a pilot whose flight traced a Christmas tree shape over Germany. Airbus spokesman Heiko Stoltzky told news agency dpa that the nearly 5.5-hour Airbus A380 test flight the previous day was a standard internal Airbus test flight before the delivery of the new aircraft. The plane turned several corners and loops during its flight to produce a pattern in the shape of a tree complete with ornaments. Stoltzky said the idea for the Christmas tree pattern of the flight came from the pilot and engineers on the flight, and it was carried out in cooperation with air traffic control. Source: The Associated Press.